Hey everybody, this is SWTOR Kamikaze. I'm on my Gunslinger, and I will be going over the Sharpshooter spec. Honestly, this spec is really easy to play, and however I will be going over what I use. You can adapt accordingly. I'll be going over things to note from the discipline path. However, I will not be going over everything, so please read over everything available underneath the discipline path to get a far better understanding of your class and potentially come up with your own rotation. I will be going over my utility points, which again I recommend that you read over everything that's available as an option. This way you can find a spec that works better for your playstyle. Of course, I will be going over the rotation I have, which again I find this to be far easy to play. I will not be doing my usual player tips at the end of the video, but that way to give some people who've been watching all my videos, 6 videos of relief from that. But I will be making a video that has all the tips I would like to say for everybody who decides to watch the video, so please keep an eye out for that. To get started, I'll be going over my utility points, starting under Skillful here. So under Skillful, I have Ballistic Dampers, which entering cover grants 3 charges of Ballistic Dampers. Each charge absorbs 30% of the damage dealt by incoming attacks. The effect cannot occur more than once every 1.5 seconds, and the ability can only be gained once every 6 seconds. I also use Snapshot, which entering cover makes the next charge burst or dirty blast activate instantly. This effect cannot occur more than once every 6 seconds. I also use Cool Under Pressure, where while in cover you heal for 2% of your total health every 3 seconds. Good substitutes will be Hot Pursuit, where you gain 4 charges of Hot Pursuit upon exiting cover, which allows your Charge Burst and Dirty Blast to be activated while moving. Each use of Charge Burst or Dirty Blast consumes 1 charge, and consumption of the first charge triggers a 20-second rate limit on the skill. The effect will last up to 15 seconds, but re-entering cover will remove the effect prematurely. Another good substitute will be Efficient Ammo, which increases the damage dealt by your sweeping gunfire by 25%. Under Masterful, I use Lumbering Impact, where Flourishing Shot reduces the movement speed of the target by 50% for 10 seconds. In addition, when Flash Grenade ends, it leaves behind Flash Powder that reduces the target's accuracy by 20% for 8 seconds. Good substitutes for this will be Pandemonium, where activating Pulse Detonator makes the next Charge Burst or Dirty Blast activate instantly and increases your chance to resist force and tech attacks by 20% for 6 seconds. Another one will be Plan B and C, which reduces the cooldown of Below the Belt and Flash Grenade by 15 seconds. Then you can always use the Reset Engagement, where Surrender purges all movement pairing effects when activated and grants Reset Engagement, increasing your movement speed by 75% for 6 seconds. In addition to that, the final shot of your speed shot and penetrating rounds knocks back the target if they are within 10 meters. Under Heroic, I use Hotwire Defenses, which increases the amount of damage absorbed by your defense screen by 30%. And I also use Hold Your Ground, which reduces the cooldowns of Defense Screen and Pulse Detonator by 5 seconds, and Escape by 30 seconds. In addition, when you exit cover, you gain a cover screen that increases your range defense by 20% for 6 seconds. You can also use Hold Up, which reduces all area effect damage taken by 60% while Hunker Down is active. You can also use Compounding Impact, which each shot of speed shot and penetrating rounds will slow the target by 20% for 3 seconds, which will be able to be stacked up to 4 times, so a total of 80% for 3 seconds. Under Legendary, I use Shield Reserve. When Scrambling Field is activated, you gain a charge of Shield Reserve for each enemy inside your Scrambling Field, up to 4. This effect will last 20 seconds, and each charge increases your damage reduction by 5%. So that'll be a total of 20% for 20 seconds. In addition, while inside your Scrambling Field, you heal for 1% of your maximum health every second, and you are immune to being pulled or knocked back. I also use Riot Screen, which reduces all damage taken while in cover by 5%, and reduces the cooldown of Scrambling Field by 30 seconds. Good substitute will be Guile and Guns, where Flash Grenade and Below the Belt will grant Guile Guns, allowing your next quick draw within 10 seconds to be used regardless of the target's remaining health and deal 15% additional damage. Some things to know: when you use your Charge Burst twice, or Quick Draw, or even Aim Shots, and then Penetrating Blast, all of these will finish your cooldown for Trick Shot. Your Trick Shot will reduce the energy cost of your next 2 Charged Bursts, and then Charged Burst will grant Home Shots, which increases your critical hit chance and damage done by 3% for 20 seconds, and it stacks up 3 times, so a total of 9% for 20 seconds. Your Charge Burst will grant Sharpshooter's Touch, which increases the armor penetration and damage by Trick Shot by 10%, which has a 2 stack. When you deal damage with aim shots on the target, it will reduce... Dealing damage with aim shot to target which has less than 30% health will allow your quick draw to be used, increasing the damage by 20% on that target specifically on the next use. So for rotation here, I start off with Penetrating Rounds, which will sunder the target for 45 seconds. Where Sundered Tigers will have a reduced armor rating by 20%. So I start off with Penetrating Rounds, followed by 2 of the Charged Bursts, followed by Trick Shot. I usually do Aim Shot followed by Trick Shot, but you can do Trick Shot followed by Aim Shot as well. So show you guys here, Penetrating Blast, followed by 2 of the Charged Bursts. I personally use Aim Shot, followed by Trick Shot, and then really back and forth here with between Charged Burst and Trick Shot. And then Aim Shot when it's up. And back to the same thing over and over again between 2 Charged Bursts, followed by Trick Shot. That's really all there is to it. It's just those 3 abilities over and over again. And then Penetrating Rounds when you want to use it to refresh the armor reduction while getting some decent damage in there. And that's really all there is to it to this spec. Like I mentioned, it's really easy and quick to pick up. To mix things up, you could always have Vital Shot on there to have a damage over time on the target. along with the sender. You could also use thermal grenade if you would like to do a small AoE, but that's really up to you. For the AoE damage, what I like to do is honestly use the X-Freighter flyby mixed in with sweeping gunfire for 2 AoEs going at the same time, which has a good group AoE damage going, pumping up those numbers. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck, and welcome to playing a Sharpshooter Gunslinger.